Hey, what's going on, everybody? Joe Malone here, and today I'm going to be going over two methods, the sidestep and the Jhook, that you could use. They're really easy to determine if somebody is following you or not. And you can use this when you are walking, you can use this when you're driving. It's just a really good way to confirm if somebody actually is following you and what you should do in that process in order to get yourself to safety and possibly identify this person. All right, so we have the sidestep and the Jhook. Up here we have two walking situations and scenarios, and down here we have a driving situation and scenario. So we're gonna start off with the walking scenario. This is a parking lot, and this down here, buildings, these are just buildings. Same for this scenario over here, because again, these are both walking. So this one's called the sidestep. Now, when you're walking and you're not entirely sure if somebody's possibly being a creep on you or following you, but your instinct or intuition is possibly just kicking in a little bit because you're aware of your surroundings, which is really important, then you need to have something in place to keep yourself safe in case they are. And the first thing we're going to talk about here today is the sidestep. Now, you or we are represented here in this green rectangle, while the criminal or person whose behavior is concerning us is going to be this red diamond. All these black dots represent cars in the parking lot, and then this one right here, this is actually going to be our vehicle, the one that we're walking to. So we're leaving this building and we are walking in this direction towards our vehicle. Now, if this person is following us, we do not want to go straight to our vehicle, and there's a number of reasons why. One, yes, of course, they could attack you the moment you open your door and you're pinned in between your door and the inside of your vehicle, and now they have access to you. The other is that they don't do anything, but they get your license plate. They do a simple lookup, or maybe they even begin to now follow you back to your place of residence, so they actually have a lot of information on you where they can come back at a more premeditated time to do something. So we want to be able to avoid that. Now, the way that we avoid this is really, really simple. It's called the sidestep maneuver. Basically, as you travel within the direction that you are intending to go, and here you have these parking spaces, right? Once you determine that you think you're being followed, and that's 25 meters right there, 75 feet, that's a really important distance. I like that distance. You should know anybody within 75 feet of you, always. So we're walking in this direction, he starts following us, right? What we're gonna do is we're simply just going to go ahead and turn right, cut through this parking lot, and then go back up towards our vehicle again. Now, what's the likelihood of somebody having to follow you out of a building and go to their vehicle? It's pretty likely. It is even highly likely that this person's vehicle, if you're just walking out and they walk straight behind you and you're not sidestepping, it's pretty likely that their vehicle can be next to yours. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna conduct a series of seemingly natural movements in the moment, but they're actually prescribed movements we're gonna conduct because nobody would coincidentally be following us in this pattern. So it looks normal to the rest of the world, it looks normal to somebody following you, but the pattern that we're conducting is one where straight out, yeah, sure, he could be following me to my car, but sidestepping, no way. There's no reason anybody else would be doing that with you because you're doing this movement on purpose. So back to the movement. You turn right and then you turn left. What you're looking to see now, as you're turning right, what is this person doing? Is he beginning to turn right? If so, that's a huge telltale sign. He's probably following you. But one time, we'll give that to somebody. Let's go ahead and do this 2 or 3 times so we could really be positive this person is following us. Because again, parking lot, people lose their cars. So what we're gonna do is continue to sidestep back across the parking lot through these vehicles and then back up again. And you see the direction that we're making here, the shape, that's why I call it the sidestep. Is this person continuing to walk straight? Did they walk to their vehicle? Did they turn around and realize that they're lost? Or did they also begin to follow us in pattern? Or are they coming across even and now they're parallel to us in the parking lot? right? Because we have nowhere else we could really go to over here, right? The only option is we need to cut back into the parking lot or our vehicle's got to be here. So in this type of an instance, what we would do is we would just simply turn around and reverse that direction, and now we're going straight back to the store. We want to keep as much distance between us as this person as possible, but at this point we really don't care about looking a little bit strange or nervous in our movements. The number one biggest priority for us at this point in time, when somebody is making these types of movements in a parking lot along with us, is to get ourselves into somewhere where there's a lot of people and that you can call the police, activate the SOS function on your phone if you want, and always have, at least some pepper spray with you. And this is like a great time where you would have it in your hand is throughout the duration. The moment that you begin to execute this movement would be a really good time to have pepper spray ready and in your hand. Now, if this person is not following us and we do this first movement or even the second movement, hey, great. When, they get in their vehicle, they drive away. Now at this point, we can go ahead and just cut over, and you see how we're naturally moving, for the most part, within the flow and direction of where we want to go. So it's not like we're just like going crazy off the map and getting lost and cornered. Here, we are still trying to somewhat move in the direction of our vehicle, our intended direction, but we're not going there while this person has eyes on us. So now they don't ever have that information in case they were following us. All right. If you have questions, let me know. I'd be more than happy to dive further down into this with you. Now, here we have what's called the Jhook. So same situation, okay? We've got this parking lot. I forgot to litter it with cars. All these black dots are cars. All right, and then this car here is gonna be our vehicle, this big green rectangle with ears and legs. Now, once again, we're represented by the small green rectangle, and the person we're worried about is going to be a red diamond. And again, we always want to make sure we have a minimum of 25 meters between us and them. Or if you can basically throw them with a stone, then stay off your phone. You should know what they're doing. So they're walking, and we are walking, and we are concerned that we are being followed. Well, instead of walking straight to our vehicle, what we're going to do is we're actually going to naturally walk past our vehicle, because we're walking to our car, and this person, maybe we saw them in the store, maybe they just been rubbing us wrong at work, and they were just a little bit too close for comfort, and you just thought it was weird that they were with you in the parking lot. Always trust your instinct and your intuition. But you're not just going to go to your vehicle so they can get all that information on you and pin you or and harm you. You're going to just naturally walk past your vehicle and then conduct what's known as a lazy J. And you could really do this in either direction. It doesn't really matter. I'm going right just because our vehicle is over here to the right, and I'm trying to keep that natural flow. And what we're looking for now is, while we're coming on the way back, this person should keep going straight. They should not be looking at us awkwardly, and this is a great time for us to identify what they look like. If they happen to start coming and crossing over, because of the shape that we've made, it's highly unlikely, right? It's not impossible, but highly unlikely that they're just going to cut over now and attempt to intercept us. So all this time, remember, the moment you decide to execute these movements, you should have pepper spray in your hand or your phone SOS function on. But as you're walking back, you can see this person, and always keep these vehicles in between you as space. So if they are deciding to finally cut over, this would have to be a confrontation point, where we talk about escaping or egressing or de-escalating the situation or navigating through an unwanted encounter. That's a whole different topic. But the point is that this is buying you time and awareness to prepare yourself with something like pepper spray or a firearm if you carry a firearm, and being able to identify seemingly nefarious behavior. The other thing this person can do is he can go ahead and he can retrace all your steps, because he might think that you're going to your vehicle over here if he's close enough to you in distance, 25 meters. When you start turning over here, he's going to think that this is where your vehicle is located. And so he's not going to want to just jump over and intercept. So when he starts conducting that lazy J as well, and you see him doing that, that's a high red flag. We're going to go ahead and walk briskly back into the store, somewhere, lot of numbers, safety, have your phone SOS function on, so all you got to do is basically hold the power and volume, and then 9 seconds goes by, It calls 911, automatically pings your location. Have pepper spray so you could defend yourself. Stuff shoots about 20 feet away. If you get the gel, really good stuff. Now, the sidestep and the Jhook are both maneuvers that you can use to confirm the likelihood of somebody following you, all right? Now let's talk about driving really quick. Let's say you're driving and you think that somebody is following you. Well, same concept, all right? Now in this case, right here is gonna be our home, this big green square. And we're driving from this direction here. And we think that somebody has been following us for some time. We're still heading in the general direction of our home, but again, we're not gonna go there, just like we don't walk to our vehicle in the parking lot. We notice this person's still behind us. We're not gonna turn down this road here, especially because this is a dead-end road. What we're gonna do is we're gonna conduct a J maneuver. We're simply just gonna drive, do a turn, and then begin to turn back in the form of a J. If this person then begins to follow us and also turns, and we already suspect that they've been following us, and they start conducting that J with us, well, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead, keep driving, pull right back out, definitely not going home. I'm gonna call the police on my phone as I'm driving to the local police station. There's a local police station. And I'm taking down information, the vehicle, what it looks like, the person, if I could see them, the license plate if possible, right? Don't kill yourself trying to take photos of things, but just try to be observant and visual of them as you're getting to the police station or calling 911, whatever it is. So again, if somebody is following you and you are driving, a really great maneuver and method to use would be that lazy J. You can also use the sidestep. So I'm driving down here. I think this person's following me. And I'm gonna go ahead and do a sidestep. I'm gonna get crazy and do a lazy J sidestep. So here I turn left because I'm traveling down. And then I'm gonna turn left again. And then I'm gonna turn right. And I'm gonna turn left. And now you see this crazy pattern that we're creating when we're driving. Right? We're not speeding, we're not doing evasive driving, we're just simply driving a very particular route because the likelihood of somebody following us to somewhere we're going, yeah, it's a pretty good shot. Yeah, somebody could definitely be following us from point A to point B. But when we're doing actual lazy J's and side steps and we're driving down the road in all these different ways and patterns, and we still see the same set of headlights behind us, it's like the old spy movies. It's pretty obvious at that point that the likelihood of somebody else having to do these crazy turns we're doing, again, not turns like crazy erratic, but just the pattern that we're driving, it becomes less and less with every turn that you take. So at that point, I would definitely keep driving, not go home, head back over to the police station, call 911. Don't confront somebody necessarily, if you don't have to and you're concerned that they might be doing something, because you just never know what people have on them or if there's somebody else with them. Always take that safe route. Your family, deserves it, you deserve it, your kids deserve it if you have kids, for you to just go the safest route possible. Call the police, call 911. You won't get in trouble for calling them because you're scared you're about to be a victim. And if you have any questions on the sidestep maneuver while walking, the Jhook maneuver while walking, the Jhook or the sidestep maneuvers while driving, reach out, let me know. I'm sure there's a ton of information I didn't cover here. I'm just trying to do a quick video. It's already been like 10, 15 minutes. And yeah, just reach out if you have questions. I could talk to you for days about this in much more depth. So I hope everybody stays safe, stay aware of your surroundings, look people in the eyes for 1.2 seconds. It's not hard, especially if they're within 100 feet of you. And, be safe and reach out if you have questions. Thank you.